India offers a range of skilled professionals and still has an edge over many countries, I would say.
One thing that's trending is, of course, AI, but where I see that there is a difference in leveraging AI for your work and being dependent.
The technological advancements, they've done wonders here.
When it comes to trust building, I think human interaction is the key element here.
Hello, welcome to another round of discussions on our podcast. I'm Raman Avasthi, a senior manager with the client account management team at Virtual Employee. I have with me here on this podcast my colleague Udita. She is a senior lead in the team. Hi, Udita.
Thank you, Raman, for the introduction. I would like to welcome all of you to another episode of our podcast. So, Raman, I think we can start this podcast by addressing a very common misconception that we see while interacting with our clients is the difference between outsourcing and remote staffing. I often see clients use both the terms as interchangeable. So, is there a difference between outsourcing and remote staffing? And if yes, what is that difference?
There is a difference. Outsourcing is typically contracting an external company or a third party to handle your business function. And you don't directly work with the team, and that the company that you have contracted, they manage the resources. Vis-a-vis remote hiring, here it is more like extending your own team. So what happens is you hire a pool of talent externally to an outside location. The best part here is you get to interview them, you get to train them, you get to work with them. It is very similar to managing your employees back home at your office. It is very cost effective, of course, and you have total control over the work. And there is a great deal of transparency and the effectiveness thereby.
Absolutely, Raman. I do agree with you. In fact, remote staffing is gaining a lot of traction these days with the rise of digital tools. And I think a lot of companies and owners do need a lot of flexibility in their work. And remote staffing is allowing them access to the global talent pool without having to lose the ownership over their work and control over the processes. So, you get an employee working and reporting to you, and yet you're always on the driving seat.
I agree. Remote hiring checks all the boxes. But Udita, do you feel there are still apprehensions when it comes to remote hiring? And what are they?
It is very natural for a client to have apprehensions, to trust an employee who is miles away, to trust with their work, their business, their sensitive information. However, I do feel that there has been a shift, especially pre-COVID. Remote working might be a very alien concept for many clients, for many businesses, right? Because people were very used to coming to office and have the work culture over there. But post-COVID, when we adapted to this new change in the working style, whereas nowadays it's not about hiring someone across another country, but even if you work with a local employee, you offer a remote working model, or you offer a hybrid working model. So we have so many tools nowadays, a lot of communication tools, Zoom, Slack, MS Teams, so many project management tools. So everything is in place for a employer to ensure that work is happening smoothly. They're in control of the work, even if the setup is remote. So I think the lines have been blurred now a lot, and it's more accessible for people to work with a remote employee. And when you work with someone across another country, what you are gaining is someone who works just like a local employee, but maybe a much better cost-effective solution for you.
No, I agree, and I think you said it correctly. COVID has given that level of acceptance all over the world to have your resources work from an outside location. Of course, during COVID, they were working from home and not physically present at the at the work location, and the whole world has learned to work in that frame. So yes, this has actually been a plus and an opportunity for business owners, entrepreneurs to like you said, have access to a talent pool globally and pick the best, and in a manner which is cost effective. I do agree.
It has become very easy for me as a client account manager while I'm interacting with my clients. They already have an understanding of how remote, probably they have remote employees working with them locally, but still the difference between working with us and working with their own local employee is that that employee is working on their network, their system, their payroll. So they feel that the data, that information that they're sharing with their employee is safe and secured, which sometimes there is a little bit of concern when outsourcing or hiring a remote staff. So that's where I think the different comes between working with a freelancer, because that person is also your remote employee, but again working with an organization that has well established protocols, NDAs, confidentiality clauses, place to ensure that any sensitive information that you share is safe and secure. I think that makes a biggest difference in the industry.
No, I agree, Udita. So coming back to trust, do you think seeing someone live reinforces trust, particularly in this arrangement when you are hiring a remote employee?
I mean, definitely. You can have everything that's legal, that has to do with cybersecurity in place, but when it comes to trust building, I think human interaction is the key element here.
Yeah.
And for that, we do have our Go Live platform, wherein clients can connect with us within 0.01 seconds. So again, that's the biggest trust factor. You just filled in your inquiry, you're looking out for a solution, and you have someone sitting right there in front of you, waiting to have that discussion. Right, exactly. And again, I see a big difference initially when this platform was not integrated by our team. The aging or the time frame of hiring an employee was minimum between 2 to 3 weeks, but I see cases nowadays wherein the hiring process has been fast forwarded. I mean, there has been an instant where she was looking for a marketing expert and she needed it immediately because her store was live and she needed to gain business out of it. She was from US, so after closing her day, she was on her system looking out for services. She filled in the inquiry. We got on a call with her immediately. She gave us a detailed understanding of what she expects from this marketing expert. We got the candidate right there on the interview. She spoke with him. She completed the documentation, went for her sleep. Next morning, the guy was there to start the work. So it is as fast as that, very easy, very hassle free.
Sounds really good. The Go Live platform seems to be a very effective and an efficient tool, as against how discussions were pre-scheduled. Clients placed their requirements and meetings were pre-scheduled, and then they were on video calls on platforms such as MS Teams or on Zoom or on Skype. But this is really good, where client has the option to put their requirements and have the option to get on an immediate call. And the client account manager on the other end is prepared for an immediate discussion and have a domain expert available to understand the requirements. I think this is really good. The technological advancements, they've done wonders here. and have shortened the process. I agree with you, Aditya.
So, Raman, I think that by now we have established why hire a remote employee, but the bigger question is why hire from India?
Udita, when it comes to India, India offers a range of skilled professionals and still has an edge over many countries, I would say, particularly, in domains like finance, marketing, technical, you name it. The cost advantage is there. But what really stands out uh, when it comes to India is the work ethic, the adaptability, and the eagerness to learn. That is very strongly embedded in the young Indian psyche. They want to aspire, and they've been very successful uh, when it comes to working for either global companies or on global requirements. So, Aditya, what do you think Indian employees require in the long run to keep up to global standards?
I mean, I think it's not a secret anymore. We all know you need to upskill yourself. And upskilling nowadays is not a challenge because knowledge is not limited to classrooms anymore. It's so accessible. You have so much material. You definitely need to constantly keep on upgrading yourself. Even if you're great at your work, you always need to strive to make yourself better. One thing that's trending is of course AI, but where I see that there is a difference in leveraging AI for your work and being dependent. I mean, if you want to be relevant, like keep yourself relevant, then I think that you should not just upskill yourself in a manner that when you are leveraging AI, you're using it in a way not to for AI to do your job, but for AI to make your work efficient and save your time. I think that's the goal that every Indian should try to achieve in the next couple of years, so that they keep up to the global pace and they keep themselves and they keep this country relevant in the global forum.
I totally agree. Upgrading your skills is the key, and along with working on soft skills and time management, that is very important. That's all for this podcast. You can leave your questions in the comment section. Thank you, Aditya, for joining us on this podcast.
You're welcome, and thank you for having me, Raman.
We'll see you soon in the next podcast.